Let me tell you something that you really need to know today, especially the fact that you've been scrolling on social media for too long. So this might be something useful for you to refresh your brain. I'm a systems engineer and a personal trainer, so you would want to listen to me for this information. If you did not know, activation energy is the energy required to activate something. So for example, if I'm trying to move this mouse that you see here from this area to this area, the maximum activation energy is when I'm trying to move it. And then once it moves smoothly, activation energy is nearly zero. What does that tell you? Hold up, this is all gonna make sense. The more you do something, the beginning of any activity in your life is the hardest. The first day of going to the gym, it's the hardest to finish. But guess what? If you wake up the next day, the circle and the size of the circle represents how hard or how easy it is for you to go to the gym. So the first day is the hardest. You've never done this sort of action before. Maybe you might be shy to go to the gym. Maybe you might be anxious. Maybe you might be lazy for it. Maybe whatever the case is. If you go to the gym the first day, it's going to be hardest. The next day, it's going to be a little bit easier because you've done this before. The third day is going to be a breeze because you've already done this 2 more times. Fourth day, look how small this activation energy is. By the time you reach day 30, like this is going to become minuscule, so small that it doesn't even matter anymore. Like if this is day 6 or I'll say this later. But the more days you do, the less energy you require the less activation energy you require. But let's say you lazied out and you stopped going to the gym on day 5. You notice how big the circle becomes. Because once you stop a momentum, the activation energy increases. So we're talking about, activation energy stands for AE or AE. And the less activation energy, the more momentum. If you still didn't get it, let me explain it a little bit more. The more discipline you have in going to the gym, the more momentum you're going to have when you go to the gym. So it's basically like a snowball effect. The more days you do it, the more reps you put in, the easier it gets. The more momentum you have. The more momentum is how much energy you got in a single matter for it to keep it moving. So the matter of the fact is, the best thing you could do when you want to get started in working out and making a new lifestyle change and losing 30 pounds, whatever the case is, starting a new job, the best action you could do is simply showing up. So the best thing you could do is just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep going, because the more days you go, the easier it gets. If you need to know more about this, about workout plans, about discipline, about mindset change, link in the description. I created the Protagonist. I do believe that this will widen your lens. With that being said, thank you again. Stay tuned for more content.